Vaping is something that many people do. By inhaling a vapor from an electronic device called a vape, in these sorts of vapes includes e-liquids that usually have nicotine, flavorings, and other chemicals that may be included in the labels or not. Vaping has gained a lot of attention as many young adolescents are using it more than ever, as it is marketed as an alternative option that is much more healthier than smoking, when in fact it is just as bad.
So the vaping and tobacco industries have done a really good job of marketing these products. So we're seeing the same sort of marketing techniques for these products that we used to see for tobacco cigarettes before, the government announced bans on advertising of those products. So, you'll notice that e-cigarettes are, they come in thousands of flavors, which are very appealing to youth. So like Red Bull and Skittles and unicorn milk. They're also packaged in a really appealing way.
However, with the growing amount of people using them, there are many health problems that can become from vaping, and now only are people starting to see the impacts of them and are trying to stop. Especially for the younger generation, because of how public it is advertised in the world and media.
The policy is really important. So at the moment, we have this confusion, well, not confusion, but this lack of clarity, I guess, around nicotine and non-nicotine products. So nicotine products are illegal to buy and sell unless you have a prescription. Non-nicotine products are legal, but only if you're over 18.
One of the key things that make this one so kind of very hard to deal with is that it has sunk its way into kind of fashion. People are taking these devices as part of their dress code, as part of their livelihood. Even stand in places, they want to hold it when they are not smoking it because it has become part and parcel of our life. And that is where it is very kind of problematic, because in day and night, more people are adding to the stream. In 2011, we had only 7 million people across the world vaping. By 2021, we had 55 million people. Now in Australia, as a 2019 study, we had over 500,000 people vaping in Australia. So that kind of tells you the trend, where we are heading, and why it is so important we pay attention to that kind of thing.
With many people vaping now, the urgency to find a way to minimize it and find ways to tackle it is extremely important, especially now as it is starting to affect the environment with the chemicals and liquids contained in the e-cigarettes, and continues to grow more concerns as the time goes by.
So this is definitely an emerging issue. So obviously, tobacco cigarette butts are one of the biggest contributors to environmental pollution. With e-cigarettes, we have a whole other element, because we've got the e-liquid itself, so we've got chemical waste. Then we have the device itself, which has an element of plastic waste. And then we have the internal mechanisms, which are electronic waste. So this brings up a number of factors around how do we, with the disposable ones, what are we going to do for the environment here? Because these products take decades to break down. And then on top of that, if they are being disposed of through, normal means, throw them in the bin, we are getting reports that there are now fires breaking out in, various waste disposal areas. So we really do need to crack down on those products too, certainly from an environmental perspective. It has the potential to be the next emerging public health crisis. I've been talking about this since 2016. So what's that, 7 years, and we still haven't done anything about this. So we are at a critical junction now where if we don't act to reduce and stem the flow of these products entering Australia, we will see the public health crisis, particularly around adolescents, that's now happening in the UK, in the US, and in New Zealand. So definitely this represents a big threat to Australia's tobacco control efforts in general.
Going back to the same point, one of the ways by which we can create this awareness will be the fact that, look, it is hard time we realize that we need to put value on waste. And the reason why I'm saying this is that, Alyssa, if you are holding a vape and you realize that the vape has what we call lithium, and for a bit of education here, lithium is what is going to power our electric cars in the future. If lithium runs out, run out, it means the whole idea of electric cars will not be in existence. So it means that when you are holding a vape, you know that you are holding a treasure, right? You are not holding a trash. We need to change that mindset that when you are holding a vape, know that you are holding a device that contains a precious mineral that is going to power our car industries for many years to come.